Yes, yes. You see what it is? We talk about the man, the myth, the legend. I told you I had to stay true to my word. I was gonna give y'all some horror movie content. First, I'm gonna tell you about Freddy. Then I'm gonna tell you about Jason. Then I'm gonna tell you about Freddy and Jason. Yes, yes, the one who gave us all scary dreams and made us afraid to sleep at night. Welcome to my nightmare. The one known as Freddy. It's Sting Freddy here today. Freddy Krueger. Of course, you know Robert Englund played him. He was born June 6, 1947. He's an American actor, director, best known for playing the supernatural serial killer Freddy Krueger on The Nightmare on Elm Street film series. Classically trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, Englund began his career as a stage actor in regional theater and made his film debut in 1974 drama film Buster and Billy. After supporting a role in the films like Stay Hungry 1978, A Star is Born 1976, and Big Wednesday 1977. I mean, in Big Wednesday, yeah, I was right. He had his breakthrough as a resident fighter Willie in the 1983 miniseries V, which I think is a movie with that show with the aliens and stuff. You got the 2011 remake, then you got the original one from 1983. A subsequent sequel series as a performance in The Nightmare on Elm Street 1984, he became closely associated with the horror film genre and is widely regarded as one of its iconic actors. So he's 74 years old. He was born Robert Burton, England, June 6, 1947, which makes him 74, in Glensdale, California, U.S. Alumni Mater, California State University, Northbridge, Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, actor, director, occupational actor, director, years after 1973 to present, known for The Nightmare on Elm Street, spouse Elizabeth Gardner, 1966, divorce 1972, Nancy Booth, married 1988, website Robert England. Here's the icon. Now let's talk about. See, can we find the info? Y'all look, y'all. Told y'all had to get out that horror movie stuff. Now, it was another model. I mean, I bought these 2 years ago now. You had the ones that was more advanced looking, but they cost a lot more than these. These probably was like $12. The other ones I think 25. Then they got these kind. They got the more advanced looking ones. Hold up. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, Freddy was that dude though. He used to scare the heck out of everyone. He made people scared to go sleep at night. Yeah, but he one of the ones who really put Robert Englund on top of the map as an icon of horror. But yeah, man, he owned that role, you know. But sometimes by owning a role like that, you can get type cast. It's like the same character, but Robert Englund, he didn't complain. Now he's iconic, so I'm assuming he get royalties off of Freddy. I hope he do, or else it'll be a nightmare. But yeah, what's bad about Freddy? It's tough to escape in because you can't help but to go to sleep, and he's scared, and then when you went to sleep, he got you. But he had one of the most credited kills in the horror movie universe. Freddy Krueger. Especially that I don't know what nightmare it was, but he turned to that worm-like creature, ate that person. Then he had like the one where he looked like a superhero came back from the dead when the dude thought he won. I think that might have been Dream Warriors. See, the new nightmare was kind of crazy because he could expand his mouth and devour you and all that crazy stuff. That was dope. Then of course Freddy versus Jason, what we talk about later on. First we're gonna talk about Freddy, then we're gonna talk about Jason, then we're gonna talk about Freddy and Jason. Shoot, I'm giving y'all the best, you know. But Tim, hit the link. Tell me what your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie was. Mine's got to be the OG one, part one, the one that started it all. Man, man, Freddy petrified a lot of kids. I ain't gonna lie, and I was one of them. When I finally got over my fears to watch his movies, I liked him. He was one of the most creative killers out there. He had the claw hands, of course, like you see. Wasn't no other killers doing that. Either killers had guns, machetes, knives, and them kind of things. But he went outside the box, had the bladed gloves. But yeah, Freddy Krueger is a fictional character in the Nightmare on Elm Street film series. He was created by Wes Craven. Rest in peace, Wes Craven. Gone but not forgotten. And he debuted in Nightmare on Elm Street in 1984 as the spirit of a child killer who had been burned to death by his victims' parents. Often evading prison, Krueger goes in to murder his victims in their dreams, causing their deaths in the real world, as well as in the dream world. He is a powerful force and seemingly invulnerable. However, when Freddy is pulled back into the real world, he is normal. He has normal human vulnerabilities, as we've seen in Freddy vs. Jason when Jason whooped his tail to an extent now, because Freddy got smarter. He can be destroyed. He is commonly identified by his burnt, disfigured face, dirty red and green striped sweater, and brown fedora, and trademark middle clawed brown leather right hand glove. This glove was the product of Kruger's own imagination, having wielded the blades himself before using it to murder many of his victims, both in the real and the dream worlds. Over the course of the film series, Freddy has battled several recurring survivors, including Nancy Thomas and Alice Johnson. The character was constantly portrayed by Robert Englund in the original film series as well as in the television spin-off Freddy's Nightmares. Englund has stated that he feels the character represents neglect, particularly that suffered by children. The character also more broadly represents subconscious fears. First appearance, Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. See, created by Wes Craven, portrayed by Robert Englund, Michael Bailey Smith, Super Freddy, of course, Toby Saxton, Young Freddy, and Jackie Early, who played in Freddy in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which came out in 2010. It was alright, Nothing against Jackie Haley, 'cause I loved him as Rorschach and Watchmen, and I loved him in the 2014 RoboCop reboot, but it just ain't the same like Robert Englund. Alias distinguished slasher species, dream demon, formerly human, classification mass murderer. primary location, Springwood, Ohio. So shout out to Young Doug and the people, Bones to his homie who from Ohio. So the Freddy Krueger character from Springwood, Ohio. Signature weapon, bladed glove, as you see here. Ooh, dun dun dun. Here's Freddy. The character quickly became a pop culture icon, going to appear in toy line, comic books, sneakers, costumes, and video games. Since his debut in the 2003, Krueger appeared alongside fellow horror icon Jason Voorhees in Freddy vs. Jason in 2010. A reboot of the film starring Jackie Earl Haley was released. Shout out to Jackie Earl Haley. Wizard magazine rated Freddy Krueger the 14th greatest villain of all time. The British television channel Sky 2 listed him 8th, and the American Film Institute ranked him 40 on its AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains list. In 2010, Freddy was nominated for the award for Best Villain, formerly Most Vile Villain at the Scream Awards. Appearances. See, in film A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy is introduced as a serial child killer from the fictitious town of Springwood, Ohio, who kills his victims with a bladed leather glove and crafted in boiler rooms, where he is used to take his 20 victims. He is captured but is set free on technicality when discovered that the search warrant was not signed in the right place. He is hunted down by a mob made up of the town's vengeful parents and cornered in the boiler room. The mob douses the building with gasoline and sets it on fire, throwing Molotov cocktails. Ooh, painful way to die. Burning him alive. While his body dies, his spirit lives on within the dreams of a group of teenagers and pre-adolescents living on Elm Street, whom he preys on by entering their dreams and killing them, fueled by the town's memories and fear of him, and empowered by a trio of dream demons to be their willing instrument of evil. He is apparently destroyed at the end of the film by protagonist Nancy Thompson Hedda Lucky-Camp, but the last scene reveals that he has survived and goes on to antagonize the teenage protagonists in the film's sequels, including Jesse Walser, Mark Patton, Kristen Parker, Patricia Arquette, Alice Johnson, Lisa Wilcox, and Lloyd Campbell. Monica Keena, pretty dope. There's the reboot look. See what Oh yeah, Nightmare on Street 3, Dream Warriors. More of Freddy's backstory is revealed by the mysterious nun who repeatedly appears to Dr. Neil Gordon, Craig Watson. Freddy's mother, Amanda Krueger, named Martin, was a nurse at an asylum featured in the film. At the time she worked there, a largely abandoned rundown wing of asylum was used to lock up entire hordes of most insane criminals all at once. When Amanda was young, she was accidentally locked up in a room with criminals over a holiday. They managed to keep her hidden days, raping her repeatedly. When she finally discovered she was barely alive and pregnant, with the results that Krueger was regarded as the son of 100 homicidal maniacs due to it being impossible to determine which of the rapists was the biological father. However, in Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, it is implied that Freddy had identified which one of them was his birth father, also portrayed by England in a dream sequence, and hates his mother for rejecting him. Later on, in Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, it is revealed that he was adopted by an alcoholic named Mr. Underwood, Alice Cooper. Shout out to Alice Cooper. What up, random woman? No, I gave my word to the people. I'm talking about a couple horror movie stuff, and this one of my lanes, talk about horror movies. Yesterday. Oh yeah, thank y'all. Yesterday, let's see who supported me. Thank you, Random Woman, for sharing my video. Can't forget you. Thank you, Musique. Thank you, Mahogany. You ain't the only one, but I remember I had a crazy. Well, you ain't a boy, but I remember I had a crazy nightmare back in 2002 when I was 11 years old, and like I was getting. Freddy was chasing me, and at the end of the dream, he was on a lawnmower. He was laughing, some odd reason. But yeah, Freddy Krueger and a leprechaun used to petrify me as a kid. Now Leatherface as a kid never petrified me. Oh yeah, I know. Freddy, what make him more scary? Cause you can escape Jason, Michael, and Leatherface a little bit easier. Cause no, you don't have to go sleep. But Freddy, you gotta go sleep eventually. As we've seen in the next movies I'm gonna talk about. What up, L. Nixon? We talk about the icon, one of my favorites, Freddy. What up? What up? But yeah, let me take this off. But yeah, that was. But Freddy, I think he scared every kid. What up, Young Doug? What up, L. Nixon? What up, Raining Woman? May I y'all? Well, Young Doug, you already met Raining Woman, but L. Nixon is one of my friends, just like y'all. He always had my back since day one in YouTube world. Yeah, he is funny. Young Doug. And Young Doug is L. Nixon. I want y'all all to get to know each other because, I consider y'all my allies. Y'all always keep me motivated. And I appreciate y'all. Yeah, appreciate y'all for always supporting me. Of course, Young Doug, L. Nixon, and Random Woman. Y'all, and y'all keep me motivated to do what I do next to my family and friends, and of course, God and Jesus. But yeah, I told you I was gonna, I finally got the, stream yard, all that good stuff done. So I'm doing all this, keep getting y'all constant content. But yeah, Freddy was that. It was creepy, boy. He used to scare the heck out of me. You see, who was Michael Myers and Leatherface, my two favorite characters. I never was really scared of Michael Myers growing up, but Freddy was a different story. Of course, the Leprechaun used to scare me too. Chucky, I wasn't really scared of because Chucky, you can kick his little tail unless he cut you or something. He shot you because you like boom, kick Chucky like a football. So Chucky, I wasn't even scared of him. But no, Freddy Cool, you got fight in your sleep. You like hot to man. As Cooper abused him throughout his childhood until Freddy finally murdered him as a teenager. Freddy tortures animals and engages in self-mutilation and becomes a serial killer by murdering the children of the people who had bullied him when he was a child. Prior to his murder, he was married to a woman named Loretta Lindsay Fields, who he eventually also murders. He also has a daughter, Catherine, played by Lisa Zane, who seeks to end her father's heroic legacy once and for all, killing him at the end of the movie. Yes, yes. Man, I think what made Freddy Krueger story so interesting, he was already kind of messed up before he became supernatural. Then he's like all the crazy stories. Like I said, the remake was alright. In the I guess like when you got Robert Englund, he was so iconic playing Freddy. When someone tried to take his place in the remake, it just wasn't the same. Cause the remake it had a lot of flaws I couldn't roll with, man. Cause the makeup wasn't scary. Dang, I'm trying to think. Today I can't say the Rock because Rock too big. Because you ever read it? Because no, Freddy Krueger ain't no more than 5'10". But today's standards, I would say, if they get a new actor to play him again, it would have to be the young dude that played it, because he got that natural crazy look, and he got the big googly eyes, and I could see him playing, or the dude that played Jerome in Gotham. If you ever watched the Gotham series back in 2014, like the origins of Batman, the one that played like quote unquote Joker, I could see him playing it because he got that natural look, and I think he about 5'10". So you don't want no one over 5'10" because I ain't know Freddy was 5'10" till like years ago. I think during that See the Chucky movie, we had the villain's height. But yeah, outside of them two, I can't really see no one to play Freddy because all these new actors like buff and swole, and Freddy was just like average size. You don't want a buff swole dude playing him because that beat the purpose. But yeah, but the 2010 remake, it just I don't know. Maybe it's me. The makeup probably wasn't scary enough in that one. I guess they went for a more modern look. It was alright. Like I say, Robert English so iconic playing it, it would be tough to find someone playing. At least had the guy from It or the guy that played Jerome in Gotham who can pull off that natural fiendish kind of look. But yeah, Freddy was that dude, man. He was crazy scary. You know, he did what a real character, horror movie character, supposed to do, spook you. Candyman wasn't too scary because Candyman looked like a regular human. So I mean, he still was scary though in his own kind of way, but it wasn't like scary to where it could spook you. Okay, you want it? This ain't I ain't I'm good at personations to an extent, but you want the Freddy Cook impersonations? I'm gonna give y'all what they want. Okay, see. Welcome to my nightmare, where dreams are for real, and you will die in real life as you would in the dream world. Here is Freddy. It's a nightmare on Elm Street. Be very afraid, cause when I get you, you will never see the light of day again. Welcome to my nightmare. See, I ain't been doing Freddy Krueger impersonations like that. Now Bill Cosby, Stone Cold, like I said, I don't got that kind of voice to do his. It's crazy. I was watching Freddy vs. Jason today, but you know, I'm gonna try it again. Like I'm gonna watch more Freddy Krueger stuff, and cause this ain't the last of it. You know, I still got the Jason show I'm gonna do tonight and Freddy vs. Jason. But yeah, I ain't good at doing groggly voice characters yet. Now Bill Cosby song like that, yeah. Like say Robert Englund, he killed that voice style and stuff. I think that gave me another idea. And another thing like that was missing in the 2010 remake is the actor was good, but the voice didn't really match it because you know Robert Englund had that more deeper, groggly voice that was convincing. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, like I said, I ain't a fan of horror remakes like that. I think the Jason remake was alright. I didn't really see it, but from what I seen, it was decent. Now I will say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 remake. That's the only one I really would give a pass to. Haven't seen the Candyman remake yet, if that counts as a remake or a continuing story. Let me see what is. Oh yeah, the Halloween remake. I give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake and Halloween remake a pass. I know some people dissed the Rob Zombie Halloween remake, but it was decent for what it was. Cause Rob Zombie went deep into the backstory of him as a kid, or Michael Myers as a kid, so I'll let that one slide. But outside of that, I ain't really a fan of remakes. You know. Oh yeah, that doggone Freddy Krueger theme music. 1, 2, 3's coming for you. 3, 4, better shut your door. It was cool. Oh yeah, and I forgot Fat Boys. I think they did a song about it, and I know, of course, you know, Will Smith did "Nightmare on My Street." And Bone does harmony in they underground album "Face of Death" sample that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, I was prepared for this because I already got like the Freddy Krueger thumbnails. So after this, I'm gonna do. After I get through with these three, I'm gonna get the thumbnails ready. You know, I've been improving on my thumbnails, thank goodness. And I do thumbnail parts, on my phone and stuff. And see what other thumbnails. I ain't gonna show the thumbnails yet. I'm gonna save it. But yeah, thank you, Mahogany, for giving the idea. I think last year about the thumbnails, cause I've been improving a lot compared to what I did last year as far as communicating in the thumbnails. There's one movie I might have to check it out before I do content on it. I think called Nun or something. Cause it's got the Freddy thumbnail. I ain't gonna give away all the other ones, but yeah, I'm about to end this one, and we're gonna talk about his enemy, his foe, Jason next. I might. Oh, I got before going further. I'm out.